up here at the land of the Bloods, and it is a very massive game here. We do apologise for people trying to tune in on Yarra Valley FM. We are having technical difficulties once again, but we are still operating through Stream Zone Live and Facebook for those who do want to tune in. Wandin currently have the ball on the outer side of the ground. They're going to the left-hand side of your screen for the moment. Olinda Ferny Creek to the right-hand side of your screen. And it looks like we will have a boundary throw in early days on the outer side of the ground. So Wandin sort of getting that first clearance. No clear passage of play just yet, though. So we'll get a look at this boundary throw in early days. Up it goes. Blood's just trying to wheel the ball forward for the moment. Plenty of numbers around it. Jaworski in there for Wandin. And just unable to get the ball out. So once again, we will have another opportunity here. Another stoppage. Up it goes once again. So winning the tap on that occasion for Olinda Ferny Creek was Walsh, but it's wandered away. Here we go. Jaworski can set him inside forward 50. Here is Johnson. Had the ball fisted away. Johnson did well at ground level. Gets the handball away just in time. Mullet did fantastically. Here's a kick towards goal. Garner offline. And he's missed the whole lot, in fact. So out of bounds in the full early days. So we just get a look at this one. So it looks like Scharenberg there in the back pocket just chips it across and does well to find Seymour. Seymour assesses the options up ahead. Loads up, good looking kick. 2 or 1-on-1. No mark will be taken, just spilled through the hands on that occasion of Sam Mutsayers. Here we go. Mullet, kick towards goal. It looks pretty good. Does it hold the line? Yes, it does. And Wandin have the first of the afternoon. Aaron Mullet puts it through, and the Dogs are away. There we go. So 1-0 they are. Olinda Ferny Creek yet to score.
Yeah, good start there by Wandin, Aiden, getting the first one on the board away from home. Coming into finals too, need to get that momentum going.
No, exactly right, Trent. 1 game to go. They've still got a slim chance of a double chance, Trent. If Pakenham do defeat Wirral today and Wandin win, they will go back to second. So, very important game this for them today to get the win.
So the ball's back in the middle here. Olinda Ferny Creek get the tap down, but looking to follow up the work. There was Wood of Wandin. Now it's forward to the bottom of the pack. The umpire blows his whistle, and he's going to bowl it up. The ball's thrown up now. Wood gets the tap down and then grabs it himself. Looks to get a handball away. He's tackled. Umpire says play on. Running away. The ball here is Ford. Then Lucas gets a quick kick away. Kick down the line, and it's punched away, but it's going to be a whistle blown here for a free kick, and it's going to go the way of Wandin, and it's going to go into the hands of Mutsayers. So just gathering the ball back to Mutsayers now. Mutsayers goes short, and it's almost cut off there by Cuthbert, but Wandin managed to mop it up here and turn and going. Here is Jaworski, puts it in top of the 50, but Scharenberg, here he is, had 30 last week, Aiden, and he intercepts it like he's done. Did it AFL level, now doing it at local level as well. Can go forward too. Wallace gets the ball now. So have a look. Will he go short? He brings it in, ball looking for Ford. They cut it off, Wandin here. Now they get it inside forward 50. Can they get it cleanly? Falling into the back of Ladner. Umpire says play on. Ball at the bottom of the pack. Tackle is laid. A nice strong tackle laid there, but it's going to be a sling actually. Going to go the way of Olinda Ferny Creek. And it's going to be in the hands here of Francis Seal by the looks of it. Seal bring it inboard, and he does that nicely. Finding Greenall. Greenall goes wide. Finds a teammate on the half-back flank. So they're just building this up slowly as they bring it down. And it's gone over the head there of Lucas Smith. The ball comes to half-forward, attacking it hard as Rosier. Can they get the handball out to him? A tackle is laid. The umpire's blown his whistle. He's going to ball this one up at about half-forward for Olinda Ferny Creek as they keep the 2 rucks coming into battle here. Going up here is... And there's another... I thought that was a whistle, but I think it might be the netball, Aiden. Bit of an echo going on there. Running away with this is Chase Black, who puts it inside forward 50, but it doesn't go to a player, but chasing hard. There is Mullet, and it's helped over the line. Aiden, they're appealing for deliberate, and I'd say they're wasting their time, but we saw a couple last week.
We did see 2 last week, Trent, which... We saw 2 last week after we hadn't seen one all year, so which is
complete. I thought it was 12.
Completely threw me because I wasn't too sure we had deliberate based on some of the ones that hadn't been paid. But anyway, back it goes. Beattie did well to win the tap, taking the ground level there was Paddy Rosie. Here we go. Kick to the top of the square, and the mark is taken. And here's another opportunity coming up for Wandin. And it is that man there. Once again, Paddy Hodgett Inspector Gadget, as Leo, Inspector Gadget, as Leo used to like to call him. He's got the Warwick Kappa double hand ball drop. In he comes from point blank range. Puts it away, straight over the goal umpire's cap. Wandin with their second, 2-0-12 they are. Olinda Ferny Creek yet to score.
Yeah, so Olinda Ferny Creek did have plenty of the ball there, Aiden, but Wandin clearly, they're just using it a bit better going inside forward 50. They're struggling probably to get it past that centre line, Olinda Ferny Creek, but I reckon they're dominating London possession.
No, they did really well for that couple of minutes, but yeah, I don't think they've quite got the ball inside forward 50 yet, so doing pretty well here at Wandin, and only about 2 or 3 entries, but already 2 goals. Doing that pretty well. So only 5.5 have gone into the first quarter. So once again, we're back in the middle. Wallace again in the ruck for Olinda Ferny Creek, but it was won down beautifully there by Charlie Wood of Wandin. Umpire comes in, and we will have a ball up. So take 2 in the centre. Once again, Wallace and Wood. Wood just smashes it forward, and this might be a chance. Can they run onto it here? The Dogs, Jaworski breaks away. Kick on the non-preferred left, and he's turned it over, has he? Yes, he has. So Olinda Ferny Creek looking to counter-punch. Got the ball in the half-back line for the moment. Looks like Tomer, I think it is, on the broadcast side wing, and he just chips it short and does well to find Tonkin. Nestled into the half-back flank right along the boundary line. Comes back in, and that works out okay. So once again, Tomer, who's a little unsure where to go. He's got Lucas, the short option. Goes a little bit wider, and once again, Isaac Tonkin with ball in hand. Assesses the options up the field. So where does he go? Tonkin loads up on the right boot to a contest. Who can take the mark here? Flies over everyone's head. Wandin might be back inside 50. Oh, beautifully done by Brazizi. Breaks away. Gets the handball. Here is Sam Mutsaves, but he can't keep it in, and it will be thrown back into play.
We'll say one thing, Aiden. It sounds weird not being able to hear each other through the headsets because of the bit of technical difficulties we had.
Yeah, no, it is a little bit of an interesting one. We usually can hear ourselves speak, but today we're just operating through the live stream. Well, I think the live stream might be being relayed through Yarra Valley FM. I'm not 100% sure. We were having connection issues, but that's a really good intercept mark taken by Ladner, reading the play beautifully. Ladner chips it down the line. Good-looking kick, but he's turned it over, and beautifully read there by Peter Lucas. All over that one. So Lucas just needs to get something happening here for Wandin. Kick wasn't very good over the head of Byrne. Picked up by Jaworski, who's played up the ground a bit more today. Hasn't really played in the forward line. Byrne comes in, ball with a handball. Kick around the body by Van Duren with that long booming left boot of his, and a good mark taken by the Wandin captain Brazizi. Wheels around, low spearing ball, and Johnson's got it, has he? Yes, he has. And he might be within range. So Clint Johnson
kicked 6 last week, Aiden.
Yes, he did. Had a very big day to Clint Johnson, and he's a man to try and stop. So he's directly in front here. Kick of about 45 to 50 metres required. This would be the dream start for the Dogs. This to get 3 goals without a response yet from Olinda Ferny Creek. 8 minutes gone into the first quarter. Johnson wheels onto an arc. Distance not a problem, just the accuracy. It's off to the right and through for a behind. So first blemish on the scoreboard, and it's Clint Johnson putting it through.
So Olinda Ferny Creek will look to bring it back outside for defensive 50 by Scharenberg, and that's a long kick wide down the wing. Can a mark be taken? No, but it's going to trickle out the back. Can they pounce on this and get it moving for their first? We believe their first inside 50, or their first looking for a goal. Umpire gives a high contact free kick, so here's their chance. They've got it in front of the Wandin interchange bench now. They assess their options now. They look to be coming inboard. It's a nice mark taken there. Inboard there by Wallace. Wallace then goes long. Has a couple of options with a couple of Wandin players there. Who's out front and centre? Seal is there, unable to take it cleanly. Umpire blows his whistle. He's going to ball this one up deep inside the forward 50 for Olinda Ferny Creek for their first look at a score in this quarter in the game. As the ball's thrown up over the back. Jumping over the back there was Wood, but here they have a chance. Rosier goes. He fumbles it, but he's bumped off the ball. And he's going to go over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. So 2 rucks there, ready to go at it in Wood and Box. So the ball's thrown back in here. Box probably got the better of that tap there, just a little fingernail on it. And meeting the ball upward is Cuthbert. And the umpire blows his whistle. He's going to have another ball up deep inside, or at the half-forward line, just in front of the 50-metre mark of Olinda Ferny Creek's forward line. Tapped down one there by Wood, but they get a few handballs here. Do Olinda Ferny Creek get a long kick to the top of the square, to the hot spot. Unable to take clean. Jaworski's there, and he mops it up cleanly, but he fumbles the handball, and gathering it, and snapping it towards goal there was Desta.
Yep, it was Desta.
Crucial fumble there by Jaworski, but Desta was good to pounce on it really early. Aiden.
Yeah, no, exactly right, Trent. That was the opportunity that they needed to take Olinda Ferny Creek. Finally got the ball nice and deep. And now Desta, some good crumbing work by the big man. Not usually the forte of the big, tall forwards, but made it work. So there we go. They get the response to the Dogs. It's back in the middle once again. Oh, not the Dogs, sorry, the Bloods, in fact. So here we go, back in the middle. Wallace and Wood. Wallace getting the better of that tap. Trying to make it work, and the umpire comes in. It'll be take 2 in the centre once again. So already 10.5 minutes gone into the first quarter. 3 goals have been kicked, 2 for Wandin. The 1 for Olinda Ferny Creek. Wood went early, but too early. It probably was in the end. Wallace tackled straight away. It was picked up by Lucas, and he's won himself a free for a sling tackle. It's a bit of an interesting move here. Trent Jaworski seems to be playing in the middle of the ground. Usually he plays up forward and kicks plenty of goals. So
he was the second highest rated player for Wandin last week, Aiden, with 23 and 2.
Might come to ground level. No mark's going to be paid here to Sam Hodgett. Umpire reckons it was off hands. And we will have a stoppage inside forward 50 for Olinda Ferny Creek. So this is good from the Bloods. Just starting to win a bit of the territory. Up it goes once again. Wood did well to win the tap. Plenty of numbers around the ball. Just through the legs and that occasional Lucas Smith. Plenty of numbers around it. Desta tackled straight to ground. We'll have another stoppage. So the Bloods locking it in there. Once again, up it goes. No, neither ruck really getting a fingertipper on the ball. Plenty of numbers around it. Beckwith is there for Wandin. And we'll have another stoppage. So it's a bit of a gridlock, about 20 metres out from goal here for Olinda Ferny Creek. Once again, up it goes. Grabbed out of the right, kick towards goal! Just offline. That would have been something from nothing there for James Box, but he just didn't quite get the hook on the kick. Does get the margin back to an even 1 goal, 1-1-7. Currently Olinda Ferny Creek. And Wandin straight down the middle, all the way to the centre circle. Parking himself underneath it there. I think was Wood. We'll have a look here in a moment. It was, in fact, Charlie Wood. Gets it away to Beckwith, who sends him inside forward 50. Oh, here we go. There's a man all on their own. No mark can be taken. Molino tracks it back. Slapping it back towards the boundary line is Jessup. Here is Harrison Byrne. Back into the side. And eventually the boundary umpire says it was over, and we will have a boundary throw in. So deep in Wandin's into the ground. Good counter punch so far. They've got the ball back where they need it. Can they get the goal? And here we go, Trent. This is dangerous. Jaworski not being checked, although they've spotted that up. Eventually have the Bloods. Jonty Scott trying to direct someone over to him, and eventually they do get the checking. Dangerous man to leave all on his own. So up it goes once again. Tapped down that occasion there by Beatty. And Olinda Ferny Creek once again get the ball moving out of defence. No mark can be taken. Spills to ground level. What can they do here? Now they're away. Desta up the ground, you could say. Ladner's going to park himself underneath it. Good defensive mark taken by John Ladner. Under all sorts of pressure, and he did well.
Here's Jaworski going into the half-back now. They look to rebound off the defensive 50. Jaworski now in the defensive 50. Brings it inboard, and it's a nice kick. He's going to work out well back to Ladner. Ladner now wheels around and opts to go wide as he got someone, I believe, coming off the bench there, and he's picked Jones out off the interchange. And they look to link up here for a couple of handballs to Wandin, and they get the ball moving. Here they go. Kick inside 450, looking for Mullet. Just falls short. Gets it on the second bounce, but he's unable to take it cleanly. Now it's deep inside it's at the top of the 50. Desta working his way up the ground. It's a nice handball, but cutting it off well there for Wandin was Molino. He's going to get a free kick. Is Molino. He gives a handball off, and a kick inside forward 50 to Hodgett. Hodgett now, the half forward, just on the 50, just outside. We'll kick it from about 52, so opts to put it to the hot spot. It's a 3-on-1. Scharenberg comes in and mops it up, and then just chucks it on the boot. But it's all Wandin back here as they look to pounce back in again. They've got to play it all out their own out here, and it's Thomas Hines, the skipper. It's helped over the line. It's going to be a boundary throw in now. Just at half forward, making its way to Wandin's forward 50. The two ruckmans getting ready to go at it again. Wood and Box. Box just makes his way, pushes it, but then has his kick smothered. Then Wood goes in and grabs it. Then puts it long inside 450. Is there a mark taken? No, it's not. But picked up and snapped towards goal.
Hurst.
Off Daniel Hurst. Wandin have their third.
Beautiful crumbing work there by Dan Hurst. And that makes it 12 points the difference. A really good start this from Wandin. Taking their opportunities, going inside forward 50. Olinda have definitely had their chances. And a good crumbing goal there from one of the Hurst boys. So I wait for the ball to come back into the middle. I think the ball's just gone over the top of the fence, over the far side of the ground there. I guess we call that the Monbolk end of the ground. Township end, obviously, to the right-hand side of the screen for those watching on the live stream, and still haven't quite got the ball back yet, although I think it's been, there we go, it's been found. So actually not too far away, already 15 minutes have expired into the first quarter, heading towards red time. And the umpire's not happy with the ball. There we go, so we're going to change the ball. How about that? Bandra umpire just boots the ball away. And maybe it was the wrong ball, Trent. There we go, another ball's come from over the fence. So missing ball down that end of the ground has been found. So apparently that wasn't it, but we do have it now. So we will get play underway once again. So Johnson in the ruck on this occasion for Wandin. He wins the tap as well. Chase Black eventually gets it under his control. Heads to the outer side of the ground, but his kick a little bit errant. And doing well on the outer side there was Green. Oh, but his kick slightly affected. And here's a chance for Todd Garner. Gets the handball away, looking for Molino. He's got to track it back. Hodge it. Flicks it. Does pretty nicely. Now Wandin on the counter-attack, but Garner's kick was smothered. Heads towards the boundary line. It's going to be thrown back into play. So Bandry thrown on the outer side wing, just forward to centre for Wandin. Currently 2 goals ahead for the moment. So Johnson once again in the ruck up against Wallace. As the umpire throws the ball back into play, up it goes. Wallace with front position. But it's Johnson who sort of won it from the back, but spilled through the hands. Was Cuthbert taken off of it? No, umpire calls him to go. Greenall, kick around the body. Doing pretty well on this occasion, looking for Paddy Rosier, but it bounced over his head. Here's Van Duren, gets away from him. No, he didn't. Rosier got him, and that's got to be holding the ball, surely. Had the prior, yep, gone. So the 2 number 11s doing battle, and in the end it's Rosier of Olinda Ferny Creek who wins out. So Rosier on the outer side wing, looks ahead. Oh, he sold the candy. And would you believe that? Van Duren goes down a long kick inside forward 50. Oh, big fly from Hines. But here we go. Here's a chance over the back. Olinda Ferny Creek with a bounce didn't favour them. Mutsays eventually knocks it over. And we will have a Bandry throw-in in the pocket. Or is there no, there's a free kick here for an unrealistic attempt from Tommy Hines. So this will come back for James Box, who had a flying shot at goal moments ago. Didn't put that through, but now with a set shot opportunity. So this to get the margin back to 1 goal. James Box. Kick of about 40 or so required. Started this game fairly well of Olinda Ferny Creek, but need to start taking their opportunities. In comes Box now. Kick looks fairly good off the boot. Goal umpire not moving. It's straight through the middle. And once again, the Bloods respond. 2-1-13 they are, leading Wandin 3-1-19. Back to 6 points the difference. And Box on this occasion on target. And we've just ticked into red time now as well. 18 minutes have expired. Into quarter number 1, and a pretty even contest so far, Trent.
Yeah, it is pretty even, but it looks like Wandin are getting it inside their forward 50 a little bit more, but Olinda Ferny Creek are just pouncing on any opportunity they get when they go in. They've gone in a lot less, I believe. No,
I think you're right, Trent, but starting to take these opportunities.
So the ball's thrown up, and Johnson's going to have a go on the ruck for Wandin. He jumps early, and they get a clearing kick to Olinda Ferny Creek into the forward line. Here's another chance to go at it. But getting it is Hines, and he breaks through and then puts a handball up the middle. And here they go now, Wandin. Kick down to half forward. Can they find a target? Out the back here, Wood gets it, puts it inside forward, 50 into the pocket. Does it stay in play? No, it doesn't. It was Mullet flying as well. It's going to be a free kick.
For a chop.
Free kick for a chop of the arms. That is Aaron Mullet.
Well, it's dangerous because he's...
yes, Aaron Mullet, yes, in the pocket.
On the right side as well with that left foot of his.
So Aaron Mullet, last time these two faced in round 17, he kicked 6.
That was a fairly...
Oh, sorry, round 9.
Oh, round 9.
Today is round 17.
Oh, round 18.
18.
It's a lowish scoring game, that one too.
Around the corner, Mullet! And he's got it! He kicks his second for the day.
There we go. So 12 points the difference once again. And a relatively high scoring start this so far. 6 goals already in the game.
So yeah, last time they played, Wandin got the job done by 12 points, 84-72. And it was Mullet who kicked 6. Was the clear standout player there, while Seal kicked 3 for Olinda Ferny Creek.
Yep. So the ball comes back into the middle once again. And Johnson's still on the ruck here, Trent.
Yeah, it's an interesting move. You don't see him go on the ruck very often.
No. I think Wood's the only...
Hodgett goes in a little bit.
Oh, sometimes. Jordan Spencer's not seeming to play. He usually does a bit of ruck work, so they've got to get a bit innovative.
Johnson gets the tap down to Brazizi, loses the ball. Umpire says play on, going in and getting it is Ford. He gets a handball over the top, finding a teammate in Bates. Bates puts it inside forward 50, looking for Rosier. It's a nice mark taken. It's Matthew Rosier at half forward. He'll kick this all of 50 on a tough angle, but he's lining up like he's pretty confident, but his eyes are also, by the looks of it, having a look around. But he does look pretty confident going back.
Yeah, I think he's got the trip. It's just a little bit of an angle to deal with that he might not be super confident with.
So Matthew Rosier, this will take a really good kick. Comes up, opens the ankle. It's going to go across the face. It's not going to make the distance. Might be taking Desta flies, but it goes over him. Tracking after is Lucas. Unable to get the ball cleanly. Ball's at the bottom of the pack now. And they're getting it out. Rosier goes back and gets it. And a kick forward and a mark is taken.
Smith.
And it's Smith who will have a shot on goal here for Olinda Ferny Creek. He'll only have to kick this about 30 by the time he completes his long run up, Aiden.
Wow, yeah.
Smith now.
Ben Brown style this
his
trip.
Kick is 30 metres, his run up is 31. As he comes in, kick is on its way. Is it even going to make the distance, Aiden? I don't think it is. It's going to be punched over the line. That's really disappointing.
Yeah, there we go. Just stabbed at it a little bit, and unfortunately for Olinda Ferny Creek doesn't go through. And Wandin waste no time. Hines, good kick. Good bit of vision. Looks like Van Duren on the outer side, or is it Hurst?
Van Duren with the blue boots, I believe.
Yeah, it is Van Duren. There we go. And he's got this long left leg. So he will send him inside forward 50. No troubles with that journey, but is that Scharenberg, is it? Looks like it with the long sleeves on today, which is an interesting choice. It's a beautiful day. 21 degrees. Comes back in and finds Tonkin, who looks to come across, and very welcome this because they come to the broadcast side of the ground. Here is Bates with ball in hand. Got Jonty Scott up ahead. He's also got Ned Ford, but he wants to go further afield. An option presents itself eventually. Rosier, it's over his head. Anyone's ball. Tracking it back here is Dan Mutsayers. Oh, beautifully done by Paddy Rosier. Gets it back to Ford. Busts away does Ned Ford. Does beautifully. Good tackle is laid. And Box penalised for holding the ball. Didn't dispose of it correctly. And this is Sam Hodgett with ball in hand.
So Matty Rosier is in the short sleeves, Aiden, and Paddy Rosier is in the long sleeves.
Yes, that's it. Up and under ball. Here we go. Can someone take him? Yes, they can. Beckwith, who's moved forward. Kicks inside forward, 50, but he's turned it over. And Toma doing well to get back. Had a good start to this game, Toma, and he finds Lucas, who's spotted up forward, who's got a bit of room. Brazizi got to get back. Does he get the fist in Brazizi? No, he couldn't. That's a mark off front on contact, but in the end, Ford does take the mark. So he'll step off. Will Ned Ford. Got options up ahead. Loads up on the right boot. Goes inside forward. 50. But straight on the hands of Lewin Jones. Had his name written all over that one. He goes to the outer side of the ground. Low trajectory ball. But a good kick. And there's Jaworski. Once again playing high up the ground. Jordan Jaworski run himself into a bit of trouble. Eventually gets the kick away. It's a little bit errant. Olinda Ferny Creek Toma applying good pressure. Oakley Jessup in the area, and it will be a boundary throw in. To the outer side wing, it will be thrown back into play.
23 and a half minutes gone in the first quarter.
Yep, so we're not too far away from quarter time. 11 points the difference the way our Wandins. We wait for the ball to be thrown back in, so it's Wood back in the ruck for Wandin. Wallace, who's done pretty much all the duties. It's Wood with slight front position, but Wallace just grabs it out. Got the handball away just in time. Beautifully picked up by Ned Ford. Inside forward 50. Desta is there. Does he win the foot race? No. Hodgett sends it towards the boundary line. Jones decided to keep it in, then eventually took it out. And we will have a boundary throw and inside forward 50 for Olinda Ferny Creek.
So it's in the forward 50 of Olinda Ferny Creek here. So able to get one just before the end of the first quarter. So umpires get ready to throw it in. Box and Wood go battle. Box probably get the better of that tap down to Desta. Desta gets a handball out the back to Rosier. This is Paddy. Unable to kick it up cleanly, and it's going to go over the boundary line for another boundary throw in. A bit more distance gathered there, but it's the same result. Still inside the forward pocket of Olinda Ferny Creek. So look to throw this ball back into play here. Umpire throws it back in. Box does his body work and then gets the tap down. Picking it up is Lucas, gets a handball out. Now there's a kick towards goal. Is it there?
Yep.
And it's home.
Royal Young it was.
So Young puts one through, exactly what they needed before the end of the break. Roy Young with his first for the afternoon.
Back to 5 points the difference. 25 minutes now expired into quarter number 1, and just a bit of a flying shot there. Trent was almost a bit of a barrel the way it spun off the boot, but did the job nonetheless.
Exactly what they needed though, Aiden, going into the break.
Doesn't matter how you get them as long as they go through the big sticks.
It's the ball now. Being balled up here will be Wood to go up in battle against Wallace. They get a clearing handball out forward, tracks after it, and he's taken high by Beckworth. And they're going to take the advantage. The umpire lets it go, puts it inside 450, but the kick is not great. It's looking for box.
Yeah,
so we're back in deep inside the forward 50. So what are you going to say, Adam?
I think a few of those kicks inside forward 50, that pocket, just been a bit errant, Trent. Just haven't really had a player on their own leading up to it.
Don't think they need to be going that wide.
No, I agree with you, but yeah, you've got to be able to hit those kicks, particularly when you've got a player who's presenting nicely.
This ball's thrown into play here. Wood probably got the better of that tap. A kick off the boot, looked like Cuthbert.
Bounds jump on a goal up, I don't know what's...
Matter of fact, it's Roy Young.
Eventually they've gone without a bounds on the full. They were a bit unsure what was the go there, but eventually they've gone.
They still don't know, I don't think, Aiden.
I don't think they're 100% sure, but generally the rule was, if you didn't know, you got to go with the no
Actually,
score.
it's a free kick coming back to Wandin here, as you can see.
Oh, well, there you go. So it doesn't matter anyway.
It's going to come back to Wood. So maybe in the ruck contest there, but it's a very late call if it was. So very interesting. Here's Wood, goes wide, finding Black. 30 disposals last week for Black. The half-back line sells a bit of candy, then dances around another one and puts it down the line. Kevin Marby taking Muller, gets it out the back, good body work. And he tries to get around a few, and he does well. Then puts it inside forward, 50. Had a player in the square, opted to go for himself. And he's put through his first behind of the afternoon.
No, it definitely wasn't beyond him there, Trent, but yeah, probably just try to bite off a bit more than he could chew. So it will be Dan Tomer with the kicking duties here. So an even 6-point margin up at Olinda Ferny Creek. Right up the top here of Mount Dandenong. Beautiful sunny day, 21 the top. Perfect conditions, plenty of shadows across the ground. All the trees just shadowing over the ground a little bit. So Tomer eventually does get the ball back from over the fence. So Wandin had enough time to set up the huddle. Tomer to the outer side of the ground, a long kick. Dest will park himself underneath it. It's past him though, and eventually wanted to in the back. Oh, but that handball dangerous, and a long kick off the boot here of Cottam Starkey inside forward 50, looking for box, gets it under his control eventually, taken to ground by Jones, and the umpire calls for it. So we'll have a stoppage inside forward 50 for Olinda Ferny Creek. Very dangerous handball there by one of the Wandin forwards, straight to Cottam Starkey, and he just sent it straight forward. Here we go, just going a bit early there was Box. Kick forward once again here for the Bloods. Black couldn't take the intercept mark. Dester again in the area, couldn't quite take the ball cleanly. The opportunity presented itself. The umpire still circling, plenty of numbers around the ball. Can it be picked up at ground level? Dester, kick into the pocket. Hines fists it over. Good defensive work there from the co-skipper of Wandin, Tommy Hines. Getting it over, second rush behind of the day for the Bloods. And he'll take the kicking duties here, will Tom Hines. 28.5 gone into the first quarter, so a fairly lengthy one. Hines loads up on that right boot. Good looking kick. Wood will park himself underneath it. Good strong mark as well by Charlie Wood. Slightly uncontested, you could say, but still a couple of players within the vicinity. So Wood loads up down the line. Sharonberg is there and eventually sticks it. Good one-on-one win there on that occasion against Daniel Ladner. Back inboard, Lucas always down at his ankles. Not the most favourable bounce, but that is quarter time here at Olinda Recreation Reserve. 5 points the difference. Pretty close game so far. Olinda Ferny Creek, 3-3-21's disposal efficiency at its finest. So we're underway in the second quarter here at Olinda Recreation Reserve. Wallace just grabs out of the ruck, bombs it inside forward 50, looking for Rosier, fisted away. Cuthbert slaps it towards the flank. Opportunity now presents itself for the Bloods. They go inside 50. Dester did well at ground level. Goes inside forward 50, but he's turned it over. Sam Mutsayers, counter-attack for Wandin. Kick to a one-on-one. Jonty Scott couldn't quite stick the mark in a one-on-one up against Lefevre. And now once again they go the other way here to Wandin, dangerous handball. Wood did well. Got it to Black. Here we go. And Chase Black is away. Can send him inside forward 50. His kick was errant. Jaworski in a 1-on-1. Here is Jaworski. Gets away from one. Looks towards goal. 20 metres out and puts it away. Just snuck it through to Jordan Jaworski. What a start for Wandin.
So it's just a start they need, Aiden, to try and break away this margin.
Ooh, it made the goal umpire work to Jordan Jaworski, but he put it through in the end. So the kick from Black just didn't quite hit, but Jaworski made it work. He just picked up the ball, got away from his man. And Wandin, good start, back to 11 points the difference. So 5-2-32 of the Dogs, leading Olinda Ferny Creek 3-3-21 as the ball comes back into the middle. So once again, still Wallace up against Wood. Wood did well, but his tap was sharked there by Lucas. And there's a free kick for a throw. There we go. So I think this will come back to Chase Black. The ball's gone all the way into the forward pocket for Olinda Ferny Creek. So Black, the recipient. Good tackle was laid. Just goes short and finds Brazizi, the skipper. He's got a few options presenting to him. Just goes short with that kick and finds Garner. This is Todd. Looks to go across to the flank. Not a bad looking kick, but just through the hands of that occasion of Manson. Can't quite control it. They still go inside forward. 50. Good intercept mark taken was by Scharenberg. Knowles touched. Oh, dangerous kick across by Greenall, and he might have registered a score. He has. There we go. So
you don't see that often, Aiden.
An accidental rush behind there from Ethan Greenall. Was trying to go across there to one of his teammates.
You know what? Class. I rate it.
Well, it worked out in the end for them, Trent, so they can get the ball back.
Now. They can reset now. I'll rate it. It's hard to bring it back into play. And he goes long down the line. There's a mark cannot be taken. It's going to be punched over the line. Chasing after it, that was Molino for Olinda Ferny Creek. It's going to be in front of the interchange bench for Olinda Ferny Creek here. The ball being balled back in. It'll be Wood going up against Wallace. The umpire prepares himself and throws the ball back in here. Wallace probably got the better of that tap, and Peter Lucas grabs it out of the ruck and gives a handball after Bates. He gives a wide handball out to space, but no one in particular can gather it. And it's going to go over the boundary line for a boundary throw. He didn't like that, Aiden, or something.
No.
To hear the reaction, I was like, oh, Aiden's not a fan. It's ball to be thrown back in here. Wallace and Wood to go at it again. Again, Aiden, Jaworski just all on his own out the back here.
Yeah.
So ball's thrown back in here. Wallace uses his muscle, pushes himself out of the way and just grabs the ball himself. Handballs out of Peter Lucas, but Van Unen picks it up and puts it inside forward 50. It might be taken. No, it can't. But picking it up on the run there nicely is Lefurvey. And he puts it to Johnson. There's been a whistle by, and it's going to be a free kick going the way of Wandin.
Yeah, good decision that. Definitely a bit of high contact on Johnson, it looked like.
No, I don't think it's Johnson.
Maybe it was Nels further up. Here we go.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's going to Molino.
Good break for this for Wandin. If Molino can put this through, be the biggest lead of the game so far.
So they come in now. Molino will be tough angle. Distance shouldn't be a problem though. Kick is on its way. As I say that, doesn't make the difference. So this has been punched away, and pick it up is Johnson. Snaps around his buddy. Mullen picks it up and snaps towards goal. He's got 3.
Gee. Good start this for Aaron Mullet. He's not mucking around. He's already, as Trent mentioned, got 3 goals and only gone 4 minutes into the second quarter so far.
Likes playing Olinda Ferny Creek, Aiden, as I mentioned earlier. Round 9, kick 6.
Yeah, you're certainly right, Trent. And they'll be very glad to have him back. Didn't play last week. Very welcome inclusion back into the side. So it's back in the middle once again. Wallace and Wood to do battle in the ruck as we wait for both rucks to line themselves. Wallace goes early and just grabs it out of the ruck. Who's looked to do that a little bit today. Looks for Rosier. He couldn't quite stick the mark. Then he couldn't control the ground level ball. Swings around to the right. Beautifully done.
Jeremy Cameron update. 8 disposals, 7 goals, half-time.
Fantastically done there. So Matty Rosier off to Pat Rosier. Brothers working in tandem. He was directly in front. Kick of about 45 required. Just need this little steadier do. The Blunts have just allowed Wandin to skip away to a handy little lead here. So Rosier, just to steady the ship as mentioned. Relatively long run up as well, all the way back to the centre circle, and he really loads up. Big run up. Kick looks pretty good. Fantastically done there by Matty Rosier. Straight over the goal umpire's cap, and they get one back to the Bloods. 4-3-27 they are. Wandin 6-3-39, so back to 12 points the difference.
It's a good kick by Paddy Rosier there.
Very good routine that was, and just a beautiful flush of the ball. And so contest still stays pretty even. Just as Wandin looked like they were about to skip away, the Bloods just get the response that they needed to. So back in the middle once again, Wood and Wallace. What can the two big ruckmen do here? Wood does well. He might rove his own tap here too. In fact, he does. Is that holding the ball? Yes, it is. Good tackle. Really nicely done there by Frankie Seal, I think it is. Yes, it is. He started this game pretty well. Chips it across, and that works out okay in the end. So this is Tonkin off the half-back line. Tonkin just chips it short and does that pretty well. Here's Greenall. A couple of boys in the long sleeves there today for Olinda Ferny Creek, Trent, which I just don't quite understand on a day like today.
It's a beautiful day.
So long kick off the boot of Greenall, and that's really good vision too. Done that very nicely. Spot up a man. I think it's box at half forward. Well, in fact, no, I don't think it is, because there's box at full forward, in fact. So anyway, opportunity here for Olinda Ferny Creek. Just a little unsure where to go. Probably too far out to score. Long kick. In fact, it's too long. And it's out of bounds on the full. So disappointing result there for the Bloods. They've turned it over, and Wandin can reload from the back pocket.
So Wandin, there's a couple of whistles being blown though, Aiden.
Hines is called to come back.
So the ball will come back to Hines. 7 minutes gone in the second. As the ball comes back to him, and then it's gone over his head, so he's had to go regather it again. So Hines.
Trent Geelong kicked another 3 goals to be 100 in front at half time. Jez has already got 7 straight. He's finally got his first disposal that wasn't a goal. He's got a handball in there, so he's 7 goals, 8 disposals.
Said that about a minute ago, Aiden. Good to see you listening,
sorry, mate. No, I wasn't paying attention at all.
It's all right, mate. As the snap comes across the ball, Black picks it up, gets a handball moving forward. Here they go. They can get a kick to centre half forward to no one in particular. Just puts it into space and tells Jaworski to work, and work he does, and snap towards goal. Is it going to dribble through? Yes, it is.
Gee, good bounce that was, Trent. Very good bounce, because Toma was there, but it just bounced up too high for him. He couldn't get the touch on it.
It's his second for the afternoon, Jaworski. Just put it out in front and said, boys, who wants it? Jaworski's like, I do. And he worked hard and snapped it and got the kind bounce.
Well, that's what he can do. He's very crafty in that forward line. And well, poor old Dan Toma.
So he's playing on a wing, mate. He's playing on a wing.
He's playing on a wing. Got a feel for Dan Toma. He did all the hard work, Trent. He was there ready to go, and the ball just bounced about 10 metres up in the air, and there was just nothing he could do. He needed one of the big boys there to jump on the shoulder, so it's back in the middle once again. Wallace still in the ruck. Wood went really early, and Wallace again looking to try and grab it. Brazizi got the handball away to Ladner. Moves the ball forward. Hodgett's going to have to work at ground level. It's knocked away by Sharonberg. Got it up
Dangerous tackle.
Yeah, just a little bit over exuberant on that occasion. So they can work off this, the Bloods. It's back to 18 points the difference at the moment. Wandin 7-3-45 to Olinda Ferny Creek 4-3-27. Brazizi forces the intercept, sends it inside forward 50. Kick not the best. Sharonberg diving away. Here is Hurst. Already got one. Hands it away. Johnson misses. Just couldn't quite put that
Second
one
behind for the afternoon for Johnson.
Yeah, just rushed the kick a little bit. And so Toma with the kicking duties, and he's got to go all the way to...
There's no rush to get it either, is he, Aiden?
No, he's not. All he's really doing though is giving Wandin plenty of time to set up behind the ball here, so happy to take his time is Dan Toma. So where does he go? Trent and I hoping he'll come to the broadcast side, but as he's looking to the far side.
No chance.
As they always do.
There we go.
There we go. Straight out to the far side of the ground. Here we go. To a one-on-one. Dan Hurst is there for Wandin. And he's just given away a bit of a hold. Yeah, Matty Sharonberg wins that free kick. So that reputation of his, it can just force players to make little mistakes that don't do you any favours. He just comes back inboard to Greenall. Greenall plays on, looks to come back into the middle. That nearly works out, but just through the hands of Stone Edwards. And Trent once again's whipped out the commentary curse, looking for Jaworski. Fists it away from him. Anyone's ball. Hodgett handballs back into the corridor. Dangerous times for Olinda Ferny Creek. Can they win the ball back? That's a really dangerous handball as well. Eventually, Stone Edwards gets it away, and Peter Lucas gets the ball moving through the middle of the ground. They go forward, long kick off the right boot. Not probably going to favour Olinda Ferny Creek, but Ladner spilled the mark at the inopportune time. Good strong tackle laid by Rosier, and eventually they do get a stoppage at half forward here to the Bloods. So good build up this, as the umpire calls for it. So once again, it'll be Wallace and Wood to do battle. Wallace just gets a little fingertip on it. Here's Jaworski through the legs, but eventually controlled it beautifully. Wood swings onto the right boot. Hodgett presents nicely through the hands of Jessup. Eventually wins the ground level board as Oakley Jessup. And the umpire calls for it, and we will have a stoppage here on the broadcast side wing, Trent.
As the ball looks to be brought up here. Wallace gets the tap and goes to follow up his own work, but fumbles it, and tackling straight away is Beckworth. Now, umpire again restarts the play. Wallace again wins the tap. Brazizi though bursts his way through, and he's tackled late. Gets a handball to Jaworski. Jaworski gets a handball over to Black. Black puts it inside forward 50. There's going to be a free kick. It's going to go the way of Scharenberg. So second in about 2 minutes. Free kicks for Scharenberg, and he goes wide and does that well, finding Bates. Bates now plays on and goes up the line, looking for a teammate there, unable to hold the mark. Is that dropping the ball late? And I think it might be, and yes it is. Yep. Good to see me and the umpire on the same page. So they look to bring it inside forward 50 here. They're looking for Jaworski. I don't know if it's going to quite make the distance, but Jaworski flies! Oh! Almost brings it down as well. Got the lift off. He's having some game, mate.
Yes, he is, certainly, Trent.
Ball's going to be fired, but Johnson will go up against Wallace in the ruck. Johnson did do the body work, but Wallace gets the tap, but Johnson goes in, gets a handball to Black. Black towards goal! Is it Black? Is it wide? It's Black! It's a goal!
There we go. All right, 4:52 now. Wandin, good finish from Chase Black. Out of the stoppage, and they get the margin out to 25 points. Trent asking the question, is it black, is it white? Well, it's definitely not grey, that's for sure, so it's gone through the middle. And they do extend this margin, so Olinda just starting to just slip away a little bit as the ball comes back into the middle. So Desta's going to go up in the ruck on this occasion. This really seems like the first time that Wallace has had a bit of a chop out for the Bloods. Wood's still in there for Wandin. Desta, good leap on him, but it's Wood who wins the tap. In goes Tonkin, who's come into the middle, Peter Lucas. Desta lays the tackle on Black. There's an umpire calling for the whistle, and it's a free kick to the Bloods. And who's the recipient? It's going to be Tonkin. So Tonkin sends it inside forward 50. Rosier there, he's got it. It's not Rosier, sorry, in fact, I think it's Box. So good contested mark, and this is what they'll need, the Bloods. Here it is. So James Box. Only about 20 metres out, pretty much directly in front. Olinda really need this one. Wandin with a very handy 25-point margin as it stands. So this just to chip away at it a little bit and get the game back on fairly even terms. In comes Box. Looks pretty good. No, it's fanned across to the left. So disappointing result there for Olinda Ferny Creek. Box unable to capitalise. He's second behind of the afternoon. 4-4-28 of the Bloods. Wandin 8-4-52. 14 minutes gone so far into this first quarter.
So does it feel like it's the second quarter, I might add, and does it feel like it's been a really long quarter?
Yeah,
14 minutes. So I feel like it's been a very long 14 minutes.
Mullet goes inside forward 50, comes across. Jonty Scott tracking it back, got Molino, eventually wins the foot race. Aiden Bates, though, fantastically done. Gets it back to Scott. Kick up the line, works out. They've done that pretty well, the Olinda defence. Because Molino was there, he was looking dangerous. But they make it work for the moment. Once again, it comes down the line, but to about a 3-on-1 in favour of Wandin, but it spills out the back. Here we go. Matty Rosier. Can he get away? Gets the handball clear. Back into the corridor. Testa got to do well at ground level. He does. Handball back into the corridor. Dangerous one. Stone Edwards gets it away. And now Wandin on the counter attack. They get the handball moving forward. Here is Byrne. Handball to the outer side, and they're away. Long kick to half forward. Hurst has got to park himself underneath it. Sharonberg did well. Here is Hodgett. Gets away from one. Sends it inside forward. 50 looking for Molino. Can't take the mark. Molino. Does he win the foot race? No, he doesn't. Toma steadfast in defence, but he's got to get away from his man. Just got the kick clear in time to a one-on-one. But Wandin, they're going to reload. They'll come back inside. Good looking kick. Is it no? Bates. Oh, it's over the head. Jaworski there too. Free kick. It's going to go the way of Olinda. Frantic stuff for the Bloods. They escape for the moment. Gee. So Toma just steady, and he gets it to Desta.
Fair way out the ground, Desta.
Oh, he chips it across. This is dangerous. Hodgett is there. And eventually the Bloods happy to see it over. And it's a boundary throw in, so very frantic stuff at the moment, Trent.
And you could see Aiden, Tonkin only wanted one place. He was going very slow. He says, I'm going to help this over because there's no way in hell I'm getting out of this one. No. As the ball can be thrown back in to play. The boundary umpire. Get the tap down is Wood. Can they get a clearing run at it? Picking it up there for Wandin was Ladner. Now tackle is late. Was the umpire going to say here? He's given a hole in the ball, free kick. Ooh. So it's going to be a shot on goal here for Daniel Ladner. And Tonkin is not happy at all.
Yeah, pretty red.
It was pretty harsh.
Yeah.
He'll kick this from about 40, 45. Quite a tough angle. And he's like, do not question my authority, Aiden. Yeah. Here is 25-metre penalty, and he'll bring Ladner directly in front. Now, Aiden, if it's a 25-metre penalty, that doesn't mean you have to straighten him up, does it?
No, well, the arcs might only be about 45 here, but yeah, I don't think...
And he puts it through anyway, but you get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, it's an interesting one. 50. If it was a 50-metre penalty, definitely would be brought on the goal square, but yeah, it's an interesting one. Anyway, it's out to a 5-goal margin, 9-4-58 now, Wandin. Even 5 goals the difference. So Ladner puts his first through for the afternoon. Yeah, it's a strange one, Trent, but generally my understanding is with the 25 and the 50-metre penalties is... if you're a little bit unsure, you go a bit longer than you do shorter because you're trying to discourage whatever it was that the player did that infringed initially. Yeah. But anyway, it is back in the middle. Looks like Aaron Mullet might have come into the middle here, Trent.
As the ball's thrown up here, Black unable to gather it. Yeah, but then he goes back and gets a handball out. He's caressed by Lucas. Now ball's at the bottom of the pack. Who can pick it up? Lucas gets it, then puts a handball over his head. But chasing after is Byrne. Byrne bursts away, gets a kick, handball over to Black. Black is pushed off the ball, but goes back and gets it. Jaworski now puts it inside 450. But guess who? Matty Sharonberg intercepting possession.
The only real thorn on this Wandin side so far, Trent.
So Sharonberg is told to move it on. And he goes wide, sees something he likes, and hits the target. Now brings it back inboard, and it's a nice kick there. Bringing it back inboard in there to Cuthbert. And he comes wide, finding Seal. Seal just puts it over the top to Jessup. So they're just building this up nice and slowly. Jessup plays on, puts it down the line, looking for Rosier, unable to hold the marker, could get out of the back here, but mopping it up well, nicely there for Wandin was Jones. And now it's at the bottom of the pack. They have a chance at goal here. And it's kicked by Box! And it's in! The box, Aiden!
There we go. They needed that. He's second for the afternoon. He's 2-2 now.
Put that right in the box.
Yes, you can say that for sure. So, yeah, there's not quite going away just yet. Olinda Ferny Creek have just ticked into red time once again. So 18.5 have gone. And back to 24 points. Olinda Ferny Creek 5-4-34 to Wandin 9-4-58. Wait for the ball to come back into the middle of the ground. So, looks like the box is going to go on the ruck here, Trent. He is. And Johnson for Wandin. So both rucks not going to jump at this one. They're just going to contest it like a stoppage. Black couldn't quite control it at ground level. Here's Brazzi, tries to break away and penalised for a throw. There we go.
Oh, I don't know that one, Aiden.
Brazzi not happy about it, but probably cleverly the captain just doesn't say too much to the umpire. Seal wants to just get it moving. He's got Ford on the outside, gets it away. So Ned Ford provides the run. Goes inside forward 50. Can a mark be taken? Yes, it can. Very good work there. And there's another opportunity on this occasion for Cottam Starkey. So this would be really handy for the Bloods, Trent. If Cottam Starkey can just coolly slot this and get the margin back to 18 points. It's not really been their afternoon so far, particularly in the second quarter, but they're certainly not done with just yet. So Cottam Starkey, in he comes. About 30 metres out. Does it hold the line? Goal umpire likes it at home. There we go.
Early celebrations, and it's worked this time.
Yep, back-to-back goals for Olinda Ferny Creek. They get it back to 18 points. Quantum Starkey with a much-needed goal. They get 2 quick ones, Trent, and they're not going away. So 20 minutes have now expired into the second quarter. And the Bloods doing a really good job. So it's back in the middle once again. So Brazzi still spitting chips about that throwing call. He doesn't look too happy about it, but once again, we're back in the middle. Box, back in the ruck, wins the tap, sends it towards the outer side of the ground, but Wandin are away. Black onto the left boot, Greenall. No, umpire said it was touched. But anyway, Greenall sends it long to half forward. Desta is there, and he's got it. Well done, Noah Desta. Is he within range? He's already kicked the 1 goal so far in the afternoon. He looks like he's going to back himself in. I think he kicked 4 goals the last time we were up here, Trent, against Monbulk. And he is. So Noah Desta from about 45 metres, backing himself for the distance. So the big man, this would be huge. This would be 3 goals in about the space of 2 minutes for Olinda Ferny Creek. And suddenly they'll be right back within 12 points. So in comes Noah Desta, who, with a few Josh Kennedy-style stutter steps, runs on an arc, puts it out to the right, not coming back to someone. Mark on the line, or nearly, but just couldn't quite stick it in the end. And there's a whistle. And I think it's going to be a free kick to Wandin.
Waste no time, too.
There we go. No, they're not mucking around, so they've got the ball in the back pocket, do the Dogs, and then they chip it across dangerously, but Mutse has had plenty of room. He comes up the line to Jaworski. Right in front of the scoreboard here at Olinda Recreation Reserve. Jaworski comes back inboard slightly through the hands of Sam Hodgett was there. Front on contact there was. And Raw Young, he looks a bit sore. Jaworski, that's an interesting handball. Oh, he's run into pressure as Jaworski, but eventually gets the kick away, and he did that pretty well in the end. To Lefevre and Raw Young, Trent, he's in all sorts of trouble. The trainers haven't spotted him just yet. Anyway, Lefevre. Oh, big fly, but no mark can be taken from Beckwith. And oh, there's a kick towards goal, but it's offline. Mullet just couldn't quite
coming
get
out
the
to
hook
him now, Adam.
on that kick on his non-preferred. 9-5-59 now, Wandin, leading Olinda Ferny Creek by 19 points, Trent.
It's a ball to be brought back into here.
I think we might have stopped playing.
Yes, by the looks of it, we have.
So Roy Young, I'm not quite sure. He's in a lot of distress here, James. I think he's going to stay out here, Trent. Here we go, okay.
Interesting.
Very proppy, but he's not coming off.
So look to bring it back in now. Toma goes wide. Finds a teammate in the back pocket. And forward just puts it long down the line. No. It's going to go out of bounds from the full. So not the result he would have wanted. It will get Wandin another chance to get a goal before the halftime break. So they get the ball back here. They look to bring it back into play. Playing on now, and they'll have a long kick inside forward. He decides to go for home himself. Oh, didn't quite gather whose boot that came off. Blue boots in the middle there, Aiden. Help me out here if you can. If you see a number, here we go. 23. It was off the boot of Jack Manson.
So once again, Olinda Ferny Creek come to the far side. Was there a push there? Yes, there was. And Jaworski knew it straight away as soon as the whistle was blown. He just tossed the ball back to Box. So James Box comes back inboard. Rosier presented nicely and did really well, did Paddy Rosier. And he handballs away. Greenall on the burst. Goes inside forward 50. They might get one out the back here. Chance now, but Van Duren takes it to safety, rushes it over. Back to 19 points the difference. 6-5-41 now, Olinda Ferny Creek. And now Wandin to the outer side of the ground. Byrne just chips it short, and Manson once again on the end of it. Comes back inboard to Brazzi. Took the mark well. So Brazzi assesses the options up ahead, just goes short with the kick. That should work out fine for the moment. Through the outer side of the ground go the Dogs. Kick to half forward. Lefevre was there. Handball comes back inboard. Molino, kick towards goal. He's home. Back to 25 points. Molino with his first for the afternoon. Beautiful finish. Biggest lead of the game so far. So 10-6-66 Wandin, Olinda, Ferny Creek 6-5-41. 25 minutes gone in the second quarter, so half-time not too far away here at Olinda Recreation Reserve. Dogs doing it very nicely for the time being. So the ball comes back into the middle. Looks like Johnson's back in the ruck here for Wandin, Trent.
So the ball's been brought back into play here. Johnson gets the tap. They look to try and get the ball moving. Picking it up. They just slam it forward to Olinda, Ferny Creek to half forward, but it's going to be cut off here. Van Union has it at half back, then decides to go backwards to Hines. Hines now uses the fat side, looking for a teammate there, but couldn't quite get it to Mooch Sayers, who manages to mop it up and puts it down the wing. There's a nice mark taken there by Manson. They look to bring it back inboard, and that they do to Byrne. Byrne has a runner in Beckworth. Beckworth now puts a little stabbing kick over the top to Jaworski. He already has two, and he had a mammoth of space all on his own there, Aiden.
Yeah, he had about 50-metre paddock there, Jordan Jaworski. I don't know how you let him get that kind of space.
So Jaworski now will line up for goal number 3 before half-time. We have been 26 minutes into the second quarter.
Dear oh dear, that's bad checking from the Olinda defence, and it's not the first time they've let him find that kind of room, Trent.
Jaworski now to bring it back into play. Lines up for goal for number 3. Good things coming 3, Aiden. Can he kick it? Kick looks pretty good, and kick is home. He has his third, and Wandin increase their lead. And that's their half-time break as well.
After today's loss. But anyway, we are underway here.
They are
the second half.
0.1 percentage behind North Melbourne as we speak.
There we go. So a win would pretty much, you'd imagine, would get them back up there. So anyway, it is take 2 in the centre here at Olinda Recreation Reserve. Wallace again trying to grab the ball out of the ruck. Spilled it, then regathered, but was tackled straight away, and we'll have another stoppage. So third ball up in 20 seconds in the middle of the ground in this third quarter. Box again. Looking to grab the ball out of the ruck, and he's turned it over. Ford tracks it back, did nicely. Handball away to Lucas, comes back to Ford, to the broadcast side of the ground, looking for Cuthbert. A bit of a fly there on that occasion from Lucas Smith, but unable to take the mark, and Van Duren tracking back beautifully, and his boots just slipped off a little bit. So Van Duren with that booming left leg of his to half forward. Can he find a set of hands? Yes, he can. Beautifully done. So on the end of that kick there for Wandin was Daniel Ladner. Centres it. No mark could be taken. Molino in the area. Mullet couldn't quite take it cleanly. Royal Young under pressure. Wandin still pressing. The handball comes all the way back to John Ladner, it is, who's been corralled by Desta. Centres the ball. Brazizi, the kick was probably intended for him. He tries to break away. Now Byrne. Kick towards goal. He is offline, and he misses. So disappointing result there for Wandin. It was a good build-up, but Byrne just unable to finish off the job. Puts it through for a behind. So 11-7-73 at the moment. Wandin, 32 points the difference to Olinda Ferny Creek. 6-5-41. Looks like Toma with the kick-in duties once again it is. So Toma is looking up the middle of the ground momentarily there, but just assessing the options. And then eventually to the outer side, long kick, very long kick in fact. Scharenberg, who's moved forward slightly, is going to win himself a free kick. Here, this time for a chop of the arms. It might have been high contact, in fact, so Scharenberg chips it down the line. Good-looking kick, and that works out for the moment. So a slow build-up here for Olinda Ferny Creek. Long kick down the line, up and under ball. Desta got the fist away, back into the corridor. It's a dangerous spot, but Wandin forced the turnover eventually. Bit of an errant handball once again. Van Duren, look at that ball go all the way to the wing. Can someone take a mark here? Spills to ground level. Hodgett couldn't quite stick it. Now the Bloods desperately trying to press, but Scharenberg's handball cut off momentarily. Here is Molino in a bit of a scrap. Now they might be a chance, the Dogs here. Chasing it back is Manson. Eventually keeps the ball in play. Swings onto the right boot. Comes inside forward 50, but Toma is right there. And had his name written all over that one. Comes across, and here is Ned Ford. And takes the mark at half back. He's got Peter Lucas up ahead. Doesn't want to go to him. Box. No, but he goes shorter to Tonkin. Tonkin chips it short once again and finds Wallace. Wallace comes inboard, and here's Scharenberg. Is it no Greenall, in fact?
It's Greenall now. Brings it inboard. Nice mark down by Rosier, and Greenall will come back and get the hands from the behind. And he puts it inside 450, but straight to Van Duren. Van Duren brings it inboard and a nice kick, finding Paddy Brazizi, the skipper. Brazizi plays on, then goes short along the wing. It's a nice looking kick into the hands of Molino. Molino gets a wide handball. Now here come Wandin to put it inside forward 50. Get him up, be taken. Yes, they can out in front. Looks like Daniel Hurst.
It is, yep.
Daniel Hurst looked like he was going to play on there and go straight away for the snap, but then just opted back, and he's going to bring it inboard to Johnson. Kick falls short, but Johnson manages to gather it. Gets a handball back. Kick towards goal. Is there a mark paid? Jaworski off the ground. Touched.
Oh.
So it's his first behind for the afternoon. Jordan Jaworski.
Yeah, interesting. Probably was the right decision in the end from Hurst. It was a tight angle, just didn't quite hit the kick in the end.
Toman to bring it back into play now. He's had plenty of ball, especially with the kick-ins, so he'll bring it wide to the pocket. So he'll look to keep moving the ball into play here. Just short kicks. See if they can get a bit of momentum. This mid-kick's going to be turned over, so they can't get over that centre line as they did early in that first quarter, Aiden. It looks like they've started the first half like that as well. And the kick goes back inside forward 50, but this is going to be intercept marked. But no, it's going to be a free kick given.
Oh, push was it? There we go.
Push in the back, going to go the way of Wandin.
The Olinda defender's not happy either.
It's going to go, can't see who it is at the moment. It's going to go to Mullet, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Trent.
Yeah, so Mullet, he already has 3 goals. As we mentioned, Lights played Olinda Ferny Creek, 6 goals last time these two versed. So Mullet on the boundary line, kicks on its way. Kick looks pretty good. Kick is home, he has 4.
Oh.
Did that with ease, Aiden.
Yeah, it did not trouble him at all. Clever finish there from the pocket from Aaron Mullet. Didn't need the run around on the left, just the drop punt did just fine. So wait for the ball to come back into the middle. 39 points of difference, new biggest lead of the game. Wandin doing it quite nicely at the moment. 12-8-80 they are. Olinda Ferny Creek 6-5-41. We wait for the ball to come back. And here it is. So once again up it goes Wallace. It was Wood who won the tap in the end. Anyone's ball here. Seal overran it slightly. Has a whistle. And I think it is a free kick going to Olinda Ferny Creek, so it'll come back to Seal. And Blood's a little bit outnumbered in their forward line, so Seal probably got to be careful in terms of just bombing it in long, as Wandin seem to have a lot more representation anyway. Seal loads up. Long kick out wide, looking for Scharenberg, and in the end, it kick weren't even wider than him. They've still got a mark,
so he's gone forward, Scharenberg.
Yeah, well, they want to try and make things happen, Trent. Not the worst move anyway. Long kick to the top of the square. Can someone take a mark? You know, the Wandin defenders eventually rush it over. The kick intended for Lucas Smith, but he found himself in about a 3-on-1 there, and that was always going to be very tough to win.
Yeah, you're right, Aiden. Scharenberg has kicked to 23 goals this season as well, so it's not the worst move at all.
Yeah, he's generally a starter in defence, but you can play him forward. So Brazizi cuts across. Good kick as well. Finding a teammate on the outer side of the ground. Chip comes back inboard. Oh, Beckwith under pressure, but he makes it work in the end. High up and under ball. Heads towards the boundary line. Lewin Jones is there. He's up the ground. A little bit interesting one there for the Dogs, and we will have a boundary throw in forward to centre for the Bulldogs. Wait for the ball to be thrown back into play. So once again, Wallace up against Wood in the ruck. So just wait, the boundary umpire really taking his time. He comes in a couple of steps and throws it back in. So Wallace to the front, slapped it straight into Beckwith's head. And free kick to Olinda Ferny Creek. So down the line they go. Scharenberg to the front, takes the mark. So good presentation there from Matty Scharenberg. Lewin Jones in a bit of a scrap here with looks like Frankie Seal. Scharenberg centres. Oh, Ned Ford stole it from Rosier. Kick not intended for him, but anyway, Ford wheels around. Looking for, but can't find box, and that's a good defensive mark there. Looks like Mutsayers.
Mutsayers now will go wide to Jaworski again, all on his own. Pushes off the mark here. Has a short option, doesn't go for it. He's going to go wide and across goal. Interesting kick's going to be turned over. No, box can't quite hold the mark. We're going to get out the back here. Can Cuthbert pick it up cleanly? No, he can't. It's good pressure. Now Black will pick it up and burst away. Shrugs off one tackle, then goes long down the line. Can a mark be taken? No, it can't. It is spoiled, but they're looking to get one out the back here. Can a handball get out to Brazizi? No, he's just managed to overrun it. But they go back in and lay a strong tackle, and the umpire's going to call for a ball up here. So Wandin have come out with real intent in this second half. Wallace gets the tap down there. Try to bust their way through. Is Wandin. That was Manson. Wallace gets the tap down. They're trying to get a handball away from Ferny Creek with Stone Edwards. They get a clearing kick up the line. They find Sharon. They got the overlap run in. Lucas now puts it on his boot. No. They've got box long, but it could go himself, and it's going to go through. Peter Lucas does the journey himself from 60, Aiden.
I don't think he was going for goal, but it worked out in the end. Very important goal there for Peter Lucas. Does that inspire this Olinda Ferny Creek playing group? I think he was definitely trying to get the ball to James Box, but in the end, flew over his head, bounced on through. So something from nothing there for the Bloods. And Peter Lucas provides a very important goal, back to 32 points of difference, just about the same margin it was at half-time. So back in the middle once again, Trent.
Yes, back in the middle here. Looks to be Wallace and Wood. Wood gets the tap down, then looks to follow up his work. Can't pick it up cleanly. Chase Black, sock it off the ground. But it's going to be mark taken there. For Olinda Ferny Creek on the half-back line. Short kick. Interesting looking kick, looking for Scharenberg. Rosier picks it up, but fumbles it. Van Duren gets it, thumps it long, but it's going to be intercepting mark again taken. So Olinda Ferny Creek get it at centre half-back. It comes short to Paddy Rosier. So Rosier at half-back. Long to the wing, looking for Scharenberg. And that's a nice mark taken. Why not look for him when he can take a strong contested mark like that? Scharenberg wheels around, sees something he's like in box, could get out the back, but no, getting after it here is John Ladner. He fumbles it a bit. Good pressure laid by Desta. Ball stays in play. Tackle is laid. Desta doesn't gather it. Jaworski manages to help it over the line for a boundary throw. It's a good pressure laid there by Olinda Ferny Creek. Their entries just aren't quite what they've liked it to be so far. So the ball to be thrown back into play here. Get the tap away, box, but bursting away with it is Black. Takes one bounce, then gets a handball over the top, sees something he's like, and he can go through Manson. Manson is met head front on, tries to take on two, can't get around the second, and it's on the ball. Peter Lucas will gather it, and this is not out of his region as we see, so he thumps it, tries to go again, box in the square. It's going to be punched over the line for a rush behind.
So back to the quarter-time margin.
Grabbed the ball, Aiden, and said, hang on, I did this a minute ago, I can do it again.
So Van Duren with the kick-in duties. Kind of question why he doesn't take more of them. Van Duren up the middle he goes, just pulls the kick a little bit, but that's beautifully done in the end to Sam Mutsayas, who spots up Jaworski on the broadcast wing, and Jaworski got plenty of room to work with. Heads towards half forward. Oh, fantastic vision from Jordan Jaworski. Beautiful kick. And now they can centre the ball. The Dogs. Oh, Hodgett couldn't quite stick the mark. Still a chance. Brazizi. Can he make something happen? Oh, just couldn't quite finish off the job. Handball over the head of Hodgett. There's still a chance they wanted. Chase Black already kicked one. He can't control the ball. He comes all the way back. Kick was smothered. Olinda Ferny Creek frantically trying to get the ball out of there. Jessup gets the handball away to Greenall. He eventually gets the ball up the line. Scharenberg can't take the mark. There's a free kick for a chop. And it is going to go Matty Scharenberg's way. So Olinda building. Scharenberg looks inboard. Calls for players to come at him. Dangerous kick. It's through everyone's hands. Beckwith got it eventually. Hands it away, but his teammate tackles straight away. Tonkin tries to bust the tackle. Got it away to Lucas. Here is Desta. Handball over the top. Interesting one. Picked up beautifully by Cuthbert. Handball comes away. Wallace involved. Scharenberg once again. Long kick towards the forward 50. Can a mark be taken? Van Duren parks himself underneath it. Tonkin, does he win the foot race? It's Rosier. Centres the ball. Dangerous times. Jaworski rushes it over. Takes it to safety. 7-8-50 now.
Jaworski wastes no time bringing it out. Sorry to cut you off there, Aiden, but Reserve has it now. And up to bring it up the middle. Can a mark be taken? It's a big mark taken by Beckwith. And he's a bit slow to get up here. Is Seal. I think maybe copped one to the ribs, a bit winded. They go wide here. Not to anything particular. Chase Black tries hard but can't keep it in place. So Seal's up now. Ball's at the far end of the ground. Have we been going 12 and... So 12, 13, just ticked over 13 minutes. Ball at the other side of the ground now. Desta doing some ruck work for Olinda Ferny Creek. Win the tap there. was Wood, for Wandin, and they can go through here. Chase Black in pursuit, but it's just going to beat him and go over the line for a boundary throw-in. So edging forward to Wandin's forward 50. Be Wood and Desta to go out in the ruck. It's the ball front into play here. Desta wins the tap down, chasing after it here. Now they get the ball and they clear a clearing kick inside 450. Can might be taking a punches, spoiled, but getting after it, trying to get a handball over to Mullet. Mullet didn't quite favour him. The handball, Beckworth is there. There's a whistle. Which way is it going? It's gone the way of Olinda Ferny Creek.
So they hold up in the end. Really frantic stuff for the Bloods, but eventually they can get the ball clear. So once again they opt to come to the outer side of the ground. Ladner got front position. Scharenberg contested it nicely. Now he's taken a dumping tackle from Jones. And we will have a stoppage on that outer side wing. So it looks like Noah Desta will go up in the ruck, and there's a free kick going to go to Olinda Ferny Creek. Frankie Seal, the recipient. Not quite sure what happened, but all sorts of confusion. So it's got to come back to Seal. So a bit of ill discipline from one of the Wandin players. Not quite sure what happened, but either way, they've coughed up the ball. Not ideal. So it comes back to Frankie Steele. It's still 30 points the difference here at Olinda Recreation Reserve. What can Frankie Steele make happen? Nearly 15 minutes expired into the third quarter. Scharenberg, who's gone forward, but beautifully cut off on that occasion. That was by Daniel Ladner. Wants to come back inboard. Does that all right to Black. Just goes the required journey. So Chase Black assesses the options up ahead. He goes short with a kick as well. Fisted away. Cuthbert doing nicely. Does he keep it in? No. Happy to take it over. So boundary throwing just short of half forward here on this occasion for Olinda Ferny Creek. 15 minutes now gone. Wait for the umpire to throw the ball back into play once again. So Desta up against Wood. Up it goes. Wood with front position. Desta probably getting the better of the tap though. Ball heads towards the boundary line once again. In comes Greenall, but he can't keep it in play and just trickles over towards the interchange steward bench, and we'll have yet another boundary throw in. So once again, Desta and Wood. Desta fighting for front position, but it's Wood who just thumps it forward to a 2-on-2. Interesting ball to handle. Jessup comes through, got the handball away just in time. Kick to a 1-on-1, doesn't quite work out. Cuthbert, can he win it back for the Bloods? No, he can't. In comes Bates. Plenty of Wandin players there too as well. They'll rebound off this. Jaworski, probably been the best player on the ground. Kick to about half forward. Good vision. Just doesn't quite hit the kick. Bates doing well. Tracks it back for the Bloods. Handball inboard's a dangerous one, but Seal does nicely. Slips the tackle. Comes back through the corridor. Rosier the kick over his heads, and Tommy Hines steadfast in defence, and he wastes no time. Kick comes to the outer side of the ground. Beautiful bit of vision, and Chase Black is away. Takes the ball under his wing. Sends it into the pocket. Hodgett. Can he beat his man? No, he can't. Beautifully done by Jessup. Gets the fist away just in time. Once again, the Bloods on the counter-attack. Greenall, kick around the body. Not going to find a man, but the two Wandin players didn't communicate. Peter Lucas, beautiful handball. Cuthbert does nicely. Stone Edwards is away. Gets the kick to half forward just in time. Oh, good vision. And the mark is taken. They'll play on. Kick towards goal. It's home. Great team goal from Olinda Ferny Creek. They get it back to 24 points. We'll find out the goal kicker in a moment. 8-8-56 to 12-8-80. And that is a fantastic goal from the back half. They just kept finding links in the chain. They were all on the same page. Beautifully done. 17 minutes have now gone in this third quarter.
We gather
there we go.
Yet.
Lucas Smith it is who kicked the goal. Beautiful finish. A couple of big names involved there. It was Jessup. It was Greenall, a whole lot. So Desta once again in the middle. Stone Edwards.
So what's the score again, Aiden, quickly as they take them?
8-8-56 to 12-8-80. So they've just chipped the margin back once again, have the Bloods. Back to 24 points, a little bit less than what it was at quarter time. But Wandin want to respond. Jaworski knew the heat was coming, so we just thumped it forward. Molino controlled it beautifully. Byrne, was he taken high? Yes, he was, and he'll be the recipient of the free kick. So Greenall a bit over-exuberant. Jaworski called for it. But That man there, Byrne, just thought better of it. Kick into the top of the square. They might get one out the back here, Wandin, and they do. Instant response. Just like that, back to 30 points. Yeah, so it's gone through. Confirmation there from the goal umpire. And I think it was our man there, Max Lefevre.
Yeah.
Who's put it through his first goal of the afternoon, and just like that, Wandin, Trent, get it back to 30 points.
Yeah, last time these two played with February, also kicked 4 goals, Aiden. So, also likes played at Olinda Ferny Creek, but it's first time he's hit the scoreboard today. So the ball in the back of the middle now. Johnson again doing some ruck work against Desta. Desta gets out the back, gets a tap down. Black gets a handball. And they can link up for a handback for Van Duren. Van Duren stumps it on his boot. To centre half forward. Can it might be taken? No, it can't. Bursting through his Burn. Burn gets a handball and touch to Brazizi. Just quite. Doesn't get it off the boot as he would have liked. And it's gone through for a minor score. So Olinda Ferny Creek to bring the ball back into play. Be Daniel Toma again. What have we? 19 minutes gone in this quarter. Toma unsure of where to go. Mullet comes at him to apply the pressure. Johnson parks himself under it, but Scharenberg with the clean hands. Tells his players where he wants it to go, then just goes short down the line, see something he's like, and he's done that terrifically. Now they can go at Olinda Ferny Creek. They've got the overlap run. No, they fake it to bring it back inboard, and it's going to be cut off by Van Duren. Just wasn't careful enough. They had Lucas in there short, Aiden. Don't know if you saw the corner of your eye, but Van Duren now off half back. It's a really nice kick finding Manson. Manson now plays on, just dumps it on his boot, puts it inside forward 50. Get a mark, taken out the back. No, it's spoiled, but Mullet's in pursuit. Look out. Anything can happen. And it's going to go over the boundary line for a boundary throw in at the forward pocket of Wandin. Yeah, it's always dangerous when Aaron Mullet's around, and he's had 4 today.
He won't
Could
be done
create
with
something
either,
for nothing. There's Mullet. Throws the ball back into play. Tap down and picking it up out of the ruck and putting it through there was Charlie Wood.
No, missed it.
Mate, yep, see, it's in my blind spot. Take it from me now, eh?
Your blind spot.
It's in my blind spot.
Oh, here we go. Trent pulling out all the excuses in the book.
No,
So
it's in my blind spot, Aiden. I've got it. Oh.
Here we go. Anyway, so Toma will bring it back into play. That's a really long booming kick as well. And the mark is taken. So nicely done there. Beautifully done by Lucas Smith. Kick down the line. Can Box take the mark? He lets the ball bounce in front of him. It still might work out. They're looking dangerous here. Box.
Oh, no.
Just didn't quite get the kick to work for him in the end, but they do get a stoppage in the forward pocket. So this is a good little build-up here for the Bloods. 21 minutes now gone into this third quarter. They do need to get one back. Get it back to 26 at least, and then probably another one after that. Get it back to 20 points, and you're still within striking distance come the last quarter. So up it goes once again. Boundary throwing full short. Johnson at front position forward. Kick towards goal. Is out of bounds once again. We'll have another boundary throw in. So Ned Ford had a pretty good game today, Trent, and he's actually coming back from a broken leg from late last season. So he's played the last couple of games. So good to see him back out there and running around for the Bloods. And certainly hasn't missed a stride so far today. There's a whistle.
One of the younger players too, I believe, is it?
Yes, he is. Ned Ford. He's only 17 years of age. He turns 18 at the end of the year, but he is one of the young players in the comp. You're absolutely spot on there, Trent. So ball in the pocket for the moment. Ladner got the handball away just in time, but they're under pressure here. And I think the umpires said holding the ball, yes. So this is a chance for the Bloods. Is it Scharenberg? No, it's not. He's got the ball in hand, but it is going to be Royal Young, in fact, with the free kick. And he's already kicked one goal in the afternoon, James Royal Young, and he looked pretty sore at one point in that second quarter there on the wing, but he's decided to stay out there, and his team could really use this ball to go straight through the middle. So it's a pretty tight angle. Van Duren mans the mark. No one really on the goal line. Hurst, it looks like, is down there. It's Hines, in fact. So he puts it up. Not going to go through. Can someone take a mark here? Through the hands. Heads towards the pocket. Who'll win the foot race? Seal did well. He beat Brazizi there. A free kick for a hold, and Brazizi's been pinged. So just a little bit too over-exuberant there was the Wandin skipper. And Frankie Seal.
What a name.
Yeah. So Seal, this is a tricky one, but he's going to back himself in. You could hear his teammates saying just go for goal. So that's what he'll do. He can get it back to 26 points of difference here with a straight kick. Seal. The left foot kick will suit him. It's just across the line, across the face, sorry. And 31 points the difference back to what it was at three-quarter time. So 8-9-57, Olinda Ferny Creek trailing a Wandin, 13-10-88.
Hines to bring it back into play and finds Van Duren in the back pocket. Van Duren pushes off his mark. Has a look around, nothing he really likes, so he's going to play on and put that thumping left boot down the line. He's going to stay in play. Yes, it just does. Wandin have it. Nice tackle is laid. Umpire says play on. So in front of the interchange benches here, Wandin can get it through Chase Black. Black gives a handball out to Beckworth. Black gets it back, takes one bounce, and
good
puts
smother.
it. Great smother there. He was going to put it inside 450. It's a really good smother there when they were clearly out there, Wandin.
I don't get why Van Duren doesn't do more of the kicking duties, Trent. He's got such a long, and it's not just a long kick, but he usually hits targets as well off it. It just seems like a great way to come out of your defensive half.
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you, Aidan? So the ball is thrown back into play here. Johnson wins the tap down for Wandin. Black gets the clearing kick to the top of the square. Can it be taken out in front? Yes, it is. But it's by Olinda Ferny Creek as they look to rebound through Beatty. And now they can bring it down the line. Nice mark taken there. So they have it at the half back on the wing. They're looking for Scharenberg. Scharenberg uses the body and he does that really well. Now he's at half forward, wheels around, sees something he likes. Can it be taken? That's a nice strong mark taken out in front there by Cottam Starkey.
Got one on the afternoon already.
So he'll line up for his second. Not much of an angle to deal with. We'll kick this from about 40.
Yep. 25 minutes are now gone too in this third quarter.
So Cottam Starkey to begin his approach. And he comes now. Kicked it right on the circle. Kick looked pretty good off the boot. He's happy with it and it's through. Cottam Starkey has his second for the afternoon. And Olinda Ferny Creek now have 9.
So back to 25 points the difference. Maybe still time for one more for Olinda Ferny Creek. So Wandin just probably need to shut up shop here. You'd be pretty happy with a 25-point lead at three-quarter time. Just don't want to give away any momentum just before the final change. As these Bloods, they've certainly got plenty of fight in them. So back in the middle it is once again. Wallace, who's battled away all day. And he's won himself a free kick, and they're going to play on. Here are the Bloods, and beautifully done by Van Duren. Won't matter anyway, because the three-quarter time siren has gone. But that's all right. We did get final quarter action underway. Wallace back in the ruck and again, looking to grab the ball rather than tap. And this will be take two in the centre. So we wait for the umpire to throw the ball aloft once again. Brazisi just coming... Oh, Paddy Brazisi's coming off here, Trent. This is interesting. So we're just going to momentarily stop the game. I'm not quite sure why he's coming off Brazisi. He doesn't look too proppy or anything like that, but yeah, something's obviously troubled him. So anyway, he comes off, and we'll get the game already commenced just now. So we'll try and keep a few tabs on that. Wallace and Wood, neither ruckman really got a clear tap. Wood just slaps it forward. It might work out okay. Black just stepped around a couple. That's a beautiful kick as well, finding Jaworski, who wanted to hand it away but decided against it. Mullet still calls for it, and he's going to get it. And within range is Aaron Mullet. He's already kicked 4 in the afternoon, and as Trent mentioned a couple of times today, he does like playing against Olinda Ferny Creek, so he does have a chance here for 5. So Aaron Mullet on the right side for his left boot. In he comes. What is he so far? He's 4-2 for the afternoon. In he comes, swings around on the arc. And I think he's just going to fall short on the distance. No mark will be taken, so it will be thrown into the back pocket for Olinda Ferny Creek. So good position still for the Dogs. Just getting the ball nice and deep early days. So Johnson will go up in the ruck on this occasion. And it'll be Beatty for Olinda Ferny Creek. So up it goes. Beatty to the front, but it's Johnson who won the tap from the back. Burn, was he held off of it? Umpire calls him to go. Peter Lucas gets him moving. Long kick down the line. Can someone take a mark? No, it's Bill Sam Mutsays. Got to try and get the ground ball level under control. He does. Got the handball away just in time. Jones did well. Back to Wood. Now Ladner. Here's Van Duren. A long way from home. Almost within range, you could say. But that's a beautiful kick. Here's Johnson. Can't take the mark. Fisted away on that occasion. Beatty. Johnson. Was he taken high? No. Here is Jaworski. Won't have a shot at goal. Oh, the kick was too hot. Might still work for Hodgett. Maybe. Mullet. Goal. No, it was touched. There we go. So the Olinda fence just holding up in the end. 13-11-89 a Wandin. To Olinda Ferny Creek 9-9-63, Trent.
Yeah, so just managing to get a touch on there. But they have another chance to go back in ball, and it's a nice mark taken there by Byrne. So Byrne will line up for his first of the afternoon. Kick this from about 35, 30 out. Slight angle, not much of an angle to deal with. So Byrne begins his approach now. Comes in, kick on its way, makes the umpire work, and it's just across the face for a minor score. So two behind to start the second quarter, and it is Burns, I believe. He's second behind the afternoon as well.
No, fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter, sorry, I meant.
Gee, Trent, we don't want to stay here too long.
13-12-90 now, Wandin. There's the ball. They fumble it again, but Cuthbert now has it underneath his control. See something he's like wide and Dester, and he's met front of with a big tackle by Black, it looks like. And good intercepting mark, really well done there by Hodgett.
Yep, the other Hodgett.
Hodgett comes into Beckworth. Beckworth goes long to Jaworski on the wing. Has Black if you can see him. Yes, he does. Black takes the mark. Has a handball in Hines. Hines didn't see the handball coming. Turned away at the last second. But they keep moving. The ball's going to be thrown back in here. The umpire gets ready to throw the ball back in. Directing traffic there is Ladner, sorry. And getting the handball at Seal. This is Rosier. Rosier gets a kick to Scharenberg. Spoiled late by Van Duren. Ball still in play. No, it doesn't. And it's going to go out of bounds. Aiden take over. It's hit my blind spot.
Yes, it has on this occasion. So it'll be a boundary throw in, broadcast side wing. Olinda just starting to gain a bit of territory once again. So Wood and Wallace, who battled away in the ruck all day. It's Wood with the front position, wins the tap, and it's slap forward again here for Wandin. Ford tracks it back, taken off the ball. Umpire calls them to go. The Olinda players wanted holding, probably should have got it. Mullet's in the area. Ford once again, taken high. Umpire still calls them to go. Gee. So a stoppage once again on the broadcast wing. Up it goes. Wallace protects the drop. Just got a little fingertipper on it. Wood has him in the tackle. And this will be another stoppage. So once again, both rucks to go on it. So Mullet, who's kind of contesting these stoppages here. Doing well was Wallace. Got it to Rosier. Kick around the body. Van Duren bravely went back but couldn't stick the mark. Scharenberg in the area. Picked up here. Chance now for Smith. Does he get the handball away? Good pressure here from the Dogs. Plenty of numbers. Good strong tackle late here by Ladner. Ball still free. Cuthbert. Was he held off of it? Umpire calls him to go. Hines comes back in ball. What's Aaron Mullet doing in the back pocket? Interesting one, but anyway, does well. Looks like Jones on the outer side. Long kick up the line. 2-1-1. Royal Young didn't quite get the kind bounce of the ball. Still tracked it back beautifully. Under good pressure there, though, from Manson. Now Wandin through the outer side of the ground. Molino. It's not Molino, so it looks like Brazizi's back onto the ground after that little hiccup initially. Comes back the other way. Toma centres the ball. Oh, it's through the hands. Jaworski couldn't hold the intercept mark. Frankie Seal with good pressure being applied. Now a long kick off the boot of Wallace. Presenting nicely there as box, but Jones once again steadfast in defence. Gets the ball moving out of there. 2-1-1. Chase Black, but doing beautifully there is Greenall. And Greenall won't waste any time. Gets the ball moving up the line. Here is Ford. He wastes no time. Cuthbert hemmed in on the boundary line. Doesn't matter. Chips it down the line, but he's turned it over, but the mark's not taken. Dester kept it in play. Kick around the body. Don't tell me. No, it's just across the face. There's a whistle. No, there's not. And it won't be the netball because that'll all be over too. It's all happening out there at the moment, Trent. And I'm getting too excited as the ball comes over. It'll be thrown back into play. So a boundary thrown in the pocket for Olinda Ferny Creek. It just looked like for a second that Noah Destra had got the hook on that ball, but wasn't to be. So a boundary throw in. Dangerous times for Wandin. So 27 points the difference at the moment. The Bloods really need to get this first goal of the last quarter, but it's Wandin who break away. Long kick down the line. Toma tracking it back. Does he get it under his control? Heads towards the Karsha sign. Oh, Toma trying to take him on. And he might have been penalised, has he? Or is it a boundary throw in? It's going to be thrown back in.
So it's boundary throw in to happen in front of the interchange bench of Wandin. 7 minutes gone into the last quarter. The umpire throws this one back in. Wallace wins that tap, but getting it down is Byrne. Has his handball smothered, goes back and gets it. Gets a handball now. They can link up here. Here's Jaworski streaming up the middle of the ground, puts it on his boot. Kick is on his way, but it's going to go through for a minor score to Jaworski. Kicked the 3 goals today, been really good off that wing. So you see Chase Black down at full forward too, Aiden.
Yeah.
As they look to bring it back into play here, Greenall puts it on the boot. Can it might be taken? No, it's fumbled there out of the hands of Moot Sayers. And Olinda Ferny Creek can pounce on this. Moot Sayers struggling to pick it up cleanly, but in the end does well. Get it to Beckwith. Beckwith runs and puts it on the boot. See something he's like, Johnson is there. Just getting out of that one was Daniel Hurst. Get a handball. Beckwith gets a handball over to Johnson. Johnson can't take it cleanly. Taking it there was Mooch Sayers. They can try and get it out the back here, and a tackle is laid on Black. How's the umpire going to see this? He's going to say hold the ball.
Good decision.
Good pressure laid by Olinda Ferny Creek there.
And
it'll come in the hands of Ethan Greenall. So Greenall now has Isaac Tonkin if he wants him. Decides to go up the middle of the ground. Really low spearing kick to Scharenberg. Scharenberg unable to take it. But it's going to be a high contact free kick by the out of space umpire.
Yep. Yeah, kick fell short, but just a bit clumsy there from Llewellyn Jones.
So Scharenberg will come backwards, finding a teammate there in Beattie. Beattie now brings it even shorter, and they bring it up the middle. Is that going to be a 25-minute penalty? Yep. And yes, it is. And it's going to be a 25-minute penalty. It's going to go the way of Jonty Scott. So Jonty Scott gives the handball off to Scharenberg. Scharenberg goes wide and finds a teammate there and wide. They're bringing it up to the forward 50 and a stabbing kick inside forward 50. Can it might be taken? No, it can't. Chasing after it was Box. And trickles over the boundary line at half forward for Olinda Ferny Creek. So Johnson going to do some ruck work for Wandin here, and Box looks like he's going to run straight in and do some ruck work for Olinda Ferny Creek, and that he is. Good Ned Ford out the back if he wants it on his own. Johnson wins the tap down. Who can take it cleanly? No one. Byrne tries to go for the soccer in the air, but misses the ball completely. Puts it inside forward 50 and a nice mark taken by Van Duren. He's been impressive today.
Yeah, he's been very good. So Van Duren wanted to go across, but Melinda got the numbers all checked on that occasion, so he'll load up once again with that booming left leg of his all the way up to the wing. Johnson contested, but he just couldn't quite get front position. Beattie gets them moving forward. Now they're away, the Bloods. Cuthbert's got room, hands it away to Lucas, who's within range, goes long, goes all the way, and he's got it. Back to 21 or 22 points, sorry, 10-9-69 to 13-13-91. Peter Lucas with his second.
Yeah, good running long goals from Peter Lucas today, Aidan.
And that one was intentional. He was definitely going for that one. I still reckon the first one he was trying to get it to the top of the square, but as you said, Trent, very good finish, and they're not done with yet, Olinda Ferny Creek. They're going to push Wandin all the way. They're out to prove here that, you know, they're a genuine final side. They nearly beat Narre Warren last week, Trent. They were ever so close. And they'll have the fire in the belly from just missing out. So Johnson in the ruck, got it away to Beckwith. Beckwith's turned it over, beautifully read there by Ford, who's out on a wing at the moment. Royal Young presented an option. Oh, Ford did beautifully, sold the candy. Handball dangerously back to Greenall, who spilled it at the inopportune time. Byrne spun his man, kicked towards that man. It's Chase Black, but Desta did beautifully at ground level. Got the handball away to his teammate Tonkin just in time, but now Wandin are on the counter. Kick to half forward, beautifully done, Oakley Jessup. beautifully read, and he'll come back towards the middle of the ground. Peter Lucas, the goal kicker from moments ago, all the way across here. Stone Edwards with plenty of room. Didn't get the greatest bounce, but it didn't matter because he had all that room. As mentioned, Scharenberg presented beautifully. Umpire calls them to go. Wandin looking to counter, but they get it over the boundary line. It will be thrown back into play. So Olinda, and that's what they need to do. And I think they've just cleaned up that position a little bit. Just didn't quite hit the kick there to Scharenberg. It was good defensive pressure though from Wandin. So it'll be Dester and Johnson in the ruck. Let's wait for the boundary umpire to launch the ball back into play. And a very nice throw it is as well. It's Johnson with front position. Got a little bit of a tap back into the corridor. Stone Edwards couldn't take it cleanly. Bates did nicely. Lucas got away. Dester's gone the wrong way. What's he doing? Oh, this could be costly. No mark is taken. Ground level ball. Oh, gee, this is nervous moments for Olinda. Ferny Creek, they've got to get the ball out of there. It's locked in for the moment. The umpire says, I'll have it. It'll be a ball up. Noah Dester. Gee. That could have been costly if there was a wanted mark. So Dester and Johnson. Johnson won the tap. Now Dester goes the right way this time. Through the middle of the ground. Here is Box. Didn't get a fortuitous bounce. Van Duren did beautifully. Back to Mutsayas. Heads towards the outer side of the ground looking for Jones. In a one-on-one contest with Scharenberg. Ford doing beautifully. Tracking it back. Does he keep it in play? No, he doesn't. Jones wastes absolutely no time. Hurst in the area. Was he pushed? I think he might have been. Molino into an open goal. Is advantage paid.
There's a free kick up the ground here.
Free kick up the ground. What is going on? All sorts of confusion. So I don't think Molino is going to be paid the goal. We'll find out in a moment. So the free kick
going to go to Royal Young.
Yes, it will. So how about that? So James Royal Young with the free kick. Short. Oh, he's missed the kick completely, Trent. Does it stay in play? No. Scharenberg happy to see it over. So it will be a boundary throw in on the far side wing. So who can test this one? So once again, it'll be Dester and Johnson, the two part-timers. Up it goes. Dester with front position, but it was Johnson who won the tap, but it's going to be sharked here. Looks like Ford once again had a pretty busy day. Ball at ground level, locked up, and we'll have another stoppage on the far side wing.
So on the far side, for about a ball up, Dester with the ruck tap, and then gets it off his own clearance as well. Ball at the bottom of the pack. Can it be a clean possession being picked up here? Going in and getting it for Wandin was Manson. They get a clearing kick to Olinda Ferny Creek, but intercepting that was nicely done. Now Wandin can bring it back up the middle, looking for Brazizi. Brazizi taking a nice mark in the middle of the ground. Got Jaworski wide.
Oh, well done.
But he's also got Lefebvre wide as well. They go inside 450. Hodgett takes a nice mark out in front. Could go over the top to Jaworski if he wanted to. A bit slow, so he's not going to be able to. Decides to put it in the hot spot. Can Mark be taken flying? His mullet went a bit too early, and it's going to go over the boundary line. Boundary thrown in the forward pocket for Wandin.
Just kick the goal, Paddy.
14 and a half minutes gone in the last quarter, so getting to the end of the game here. This ball's going to be brought back into play. Ball's thrown back into play here. Johnson doing the ruck with Wandin and wins the tap down, trying to get in the middle and unable to. Now Ladner goes back in, gets it. Kick towards goal. It's home.
John Ladner. Don't see him kick too many goals. Oh, and it's on here, Trent. Oh, wow. But John Ladner, you don't see him kick too many goals.
Seriously on here now, Aiden.
Wow, yeah, gee. It's getting pretty willing.
What happened, Aiden? I missed that.
Oh, I didn't really quite see it either, Trent. There's a yellow card. Umpire's wasting absolutely no time whipping out the yellow card. But yeah, John Ladner, who snuck up from defence, one of the veterans of this Wandin side. Very clever finish out of the pack.
Rosier is going off.
Yeah, there we go. And the Wandin faithful over there, giving him plenty of lip.
Interesting to see on the replay what he actually did.
Yeah, no, we'll have a look at it later today, I'm sure, Trent, once we get back home and crack open a cold one or two. So we just wait for the ball to come back into the middle. So it's going to be Wood once again in the ruck for Wandin. And looks like Noah Dester, who's going to take the centre bounce here, or centre ball up, I suppose you call it, here in the outer east. And Dester does well. He won the tap, but it was sharked by Brazizi, but he lost the footy. It doesn't matter, though, because Wandin do go forward once again. Here we go, Hodgett. Can he get one out the back? Hands it away. Molino, check side. Misses. So 29 points the difference. 14-14, 98 now. Wandin, Tom Molino, just the one goal in the afternoon. 1-1 he is now. And Olinda Ferny Creek come to the broadcast side. Jaworski contesting it beautifully, trying to tap it back to Hines. Royal Young. Oh, well done, James Royal Young. What an effort that was. 2 or 3 really good efforts, and he locks the ball up because Wandin had about 4 or 5 players there, and he was all on his own. So once again, he looks sore again too. Does he? Very proppy, but Testa does well. But it's Jaworski who sharked the tap. They're still away here, though. Wandin. Wood. Handball's inboard. Good handball it is too, because Manson's away. Gets to 40 out. Kicks towards goal, and he's got it. Well done, Manson. Back to 35 points. 15-14, 104 to 10-9, 69. And Manson, with his first goal of the afternoon, kicked a couple of behinds, early days. And not going to be a lot of time left now for Olinda Ferny Creek, so Wandin.
Yeah, 17.5 minutes, Aiden, so I'm calling it. I think it's game.
It doesn't affect their ladder position either way, Trent, but a win coming into finals is always good for a bit of confidence. Yeah, they're both in. Now, the top 6 was locked in at the start of this round. There was the only differences that could be made was Wandin potentially going second if Woori lost, but Woori seemed to have that game at Tumac under control. So unless Pakenham can come back and win, Wandin could potentially get the double chance. There's a free kick in the middle, and it is going to go Wandin's way. So it's Wood, the recipient. Wood hands it away to Beckwith. Goes inside forward 50. Hurst parks himself underneath it. Johnson further back. Won't take the mark. Lefevre onto the right boot. Oh, it's just offline, and Toma tracks it back, and he takes the intercept mark, and Olinda Ferny Creek can counter-attack.
So in they come now, do Olinda Ferny Creek. We're in red time now as they bring it out to the wing. There's a whistle blowing. It's going to be a free kick. It's going to go the way of Olinda Ferny Creek. So to bring it back, taking the free kick, he looks to be Box. And that it is James Box in front of the Wandin interchange. Now he brings it to the middle of the ground, sees something he's liking. Seal. That's a really strong mark, taken by Seal out in front.
Been one of their best today.
Wanted a runner, didn't get it. So he'll probably opt to just go long to the square. And that he does, but froths it on the line. Tester's there! No, can't quite take it. Can it stay in play? No, it's going to go
free kick for a hold. Free kick, yeah, free kick for a hold,
yep. So Wandin now, through Beckwith, will bring it outside defence. So they look to go from Jones now. Jones puts it down the wing, seems Van Duren, but doing even better there was Ladner. Taking a mark there, now they can go to half forward. They got Burn now. Puts it inside forward for Molino is there, but just goes over the head of Molino. Picking it up as Lucas puts it over the top to Royal Young. Here comes Mullet, but he just gets it off in time. Lucas goes, Mullet keeps going. He's got him. Great chase by Mullet. Cuffs it now, has it in the middle of the ground, brings it inside forward, finds Scharenberg. Scharenberg goes wide to Seal. Seal now. Pushes off his mark, probably could have gone. Peter Lucas takes a quick shoelace break right in front of us. Francis Seal's gone for goal here, Ray.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
He pointed up straight there and said, I've got this in me.
He deserves one today, I reckon, Trent. He's really toured all day.
So Seal.
How was the leg speed there from Aaron Mullet, Trent? Gee, he would have beaten Usain Bolt if there was a 100-metre sprint going on.
I don't think he would have, eh?
I reckon he would have.
Not that quick.
Oh, I thought it was.
I don't think anyone's beaten that record. As Seal comes in off the boot, and it's going to miss everything. No one's ever beaten that record, I don't think.
The Olympic record? No, they haven't. But how many people do you reckon would be a good sprinter that go into a different sport that requires speed, like a winger in rugby league or even a wide receiver in NFL, even halfbacks?
Usain Bolt went into a bit of soccer.
Yeah. I know Johan Blake wanted to play cricket. He was another good sprinter from Jamaica, but he decided to stay that way. Anyway, Wandin, Jaworski does well and he's away. Hands it off. Jones, who's in the forward half of the ground. You don't see him here too often. He's going to get the fin. Go on, Louis. Go for goal. No, he doesn't. He'll centre the ball. Can someone take a mark here? It's fisted back towards the line. Molino. It's a free kick for high contact. Jonty Scott.
20 minutes gone now.
Oh, and he's a bit proppy too. Copped a bit of a cork into the shin, I reckon. So Jonty Scott to the outer side of the ground. Up and under ball. to about a 2-on-2. Van Duren with a fist in. It spills over the back. Desta trying to win the foot race, but he can't do so. Beckwith did nicely. Comes back inboard. Kick a little bit. Eric, but Ladner made it work. Back to Beckwith. Looking for Mutsayers. Can't control the ball initially. Good tackle from Cottam Starkey. Was that a throw? Umpire calls him to go. Here is Byrne. Checks the kick. Looking good to Hurst. It did beautifully. Controlled the drop of the ball. And is this 25? Well, umpire's going for the card here. Trent Jonty Scott's off.
What's that for?
I don't really know, Trent. That's an interesting one.
What card was that?
It looked like a white card.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think that was a very faded yellow card. I think that's been sitting out in the sun too often. But anyway, so Daniel Hurst will... Now, if that's a yellow card, I'm pretty sure that should be a 25-minute penalty, I would have thought. But anyway, umpire... I'm so confused, Trent. Anyway,
yeah, I don't know what happened in the first one. The first one looked like it was, but that one just looked like he just followed through a bit.
Looked like, yeah, well, exactly. It looked like it was in the contest. Oh, hang on. So Hurst has got a... So the umpire's got a... So it is a report. So the umpire is just taking note of both players. Not that Hurst is in trouble. Just it is a 25-minute penalty. There we go. I was right. As most of the time, man, we get them wrong sometimes, but I was pretty sure that had to be a 25-minute penalty. So Daniel Hurst, who's already kicked one goal in the afternoon. So this time, Trent, though, it is only just brought to the top of the square on the angle. It's not going to be directly in front, which I think is the right call from the umpire. So Hurst, only about 15 metres out, little angle to deal with. He's already kicked one in the afternoon. In he comes. And he puts it away. There we go. 41 points the difference. 16-14, 110 to Wandin to 10-9, 69. 23 minutes have expired in the last quarter.
Yeah, interesting things happening there, Aiden. He's kicked his second as well for the afternoon.
Yeah, so...
Jeremy Cameron update. A minute to go and he has 9.
Oh, come on, Jezza. You go there. The Cats are up by 99 too. You've got to get that 10th goal, Jezza. Has he ever kicked 10 before?
Don't think so. 30 seconds to go and he's kicked 9. 9 goals, 1.
Come on, Jezza. You've got to do it.
Ollie Henry's kicked 4 as well.
Yeah, there we go. Done all right, the Eagles. It looked like the Cats were going to beat them by 150 at one stage. So back in the middle once again. Tap one down by Wallace, who just sends it along inside the forward 50 for the Bloods. Oh, Hines. Oh, no, he didn't take the mark. But Mutsayers gets the ball out of there eventually. Up and under ball. Free kick. And it's going to be for a push, and it's going to go the way of Wandin.
So Wandin now can have a chance to maybe put another goal on the board. What are we? Nearly 24 minutes in there. That's an interesting looking kick, but it's got to pay out all right. Scharenberg almost intercepted by Van Duren, fumbles it.
No.
Peter Lucas, can he kick his turn? No.
Just offline.
So minor score for Olinda Ferny Creek. They go to 10-10-70.
Yep.
So Wandin look to bring it back in. Bring out a barrel through the middle. Bring us something. As they go wide in the wing. Mullet parks himself underneath it and takes a nice mark out in front and gets the handle over the top to Brazezi. Brazezi bursts up the middle of the ground. Sees Johnson and delivers it beautifully to Johnson. Yep. Johnson will go back and line up for goal.
Number 1, he hasn't kicked one yet.
Yeah, he hasn't kicked one, so he's kicked 2 behinds. Done a bit of work in the ruck as well.
Yeah, usually the way. As I say, no Jordan Spencer, so Charlie Wood, the only recognised ruckman on the side, so but good opportunity here for Clint Johnson.
So Clinton Johnson kicked 6 last week. So scoreless today, but let's see if we can put through his first as we come to the end of this game. Johnson, kick towards goal, looks pretty good, and it's home. So Johnson has his first for the afternoon. And Wandin just extend their lead out to 17-14, 116 to 10-10-70.
Yeah, good stuff there. Needed... It was good for a bit of confidence there for Clinton. What's going on? Oh, no.
Cosy Pickett, that bump last night got 3 weeks.
3 weeks? Wow, there you go. Interesting. Anyway.
I didn't think it was 3.
Oh, I thought maybe 1. He does have a bit of history, though, Pickett, which probably didn't help his cause.
Remember this year he didn't start this year.
No, he
round 1 because suspension. So 2 years in a row. Desta tries to get a kick out of it. Lucas goes in and gets it after the smothering. The kick was smothered. Jaworski in the middle, tackled by Royal Young. As the umpire sees, let this go, but it's going to get out the back. Beckwith gets a handball out the back. Now doing well and spinning out of trouble. Moot Sayers, who goes wide to Brazezi. Brazezi really made me stretch my neck out to get out of the blind spot, Aiden. So Brazezi.
Good stuff, Paddy, making Trent work.
Doesn't quite know where he wants to go, so just puts it down the line. Hodgins there. Can't quite take it. Streaming through there. Leverve. Dribble towards goal, and he's got the bounce, and he's got his second.
Gee, what a finish that was.
They put another goal on the board. 18-14, 122 it is now, so the lead has really got out now to 52 points.
Gee, clever finish there from Lefevre.
Didn't think it was going to get out this much, Aiden.
Nah, yeah, they're really a bit disappointing for Olinda Ferny Creek, because I feel like it's been a closer contest than this, but yeah, Wandin have really run away in this last quarter.
Will that be the last goal? Is there time for one more? Wandin would like to go one more. It'll be party time, Aiden.
I think this will be a long quarter. There have been a couple of delays. We did have the whole yellow card incident. Brazizi coming off took about a minute, so we might see a 30-minute quarter here potentially.
Wood went at it, and umpire calls hold the ball. So here we go. Wandin are going to go back inside forward 50 again. Black, the recipient of the free kick.
So Black just comes off the mark. Goes to the outer side once again. It should work out okay. Looks like Mutsayas. Chips it down the line to Byrne. Good vision. Byrne, you imagine, just going to wheel and go. Can he find an option long? That's where he'll go. A bit of a wobbly ball. And Isaac Tonkin parks himself underneath it, holds the defensive mark, and he'll just chip across to Ned Ford. He's got options up ahead, Ford. Oh, Jaworski got the fist in, and now they're under pressure. Lefevre lays a good tackle. Jaworski once again with a good second effort. He might win the ball back for him here. There's a free kick. It's going to go the way of Olinda Ferny Creek. Paddy Brazizi not happy about it.
They've called a throw, but I don't think Wandin even had it in their possession.
So anyway, Cuthbert kicks across. Oh, dangerous. Burns there up against Greenall. Byrne got the fortuitous bounce. Kicks around the body. Rolling towards goal. Eventually tracked back by Beattie, who goes back towards the half-back flank, and that works out to Ford. On the outer side of the ground. Not Ned Ford, sorry, it's Aiden Bates. Long kick down the line, plenty of height too. Dester underneath it, so too was Cuthbert. No mark can be taken. Van Duren thumps it back. It might work out to Beckwith, and there's the siren. And that is the final score here at Olinda Recreation Reserve in the last round of the home and away season here in the Outer East. This is for Premier Division. Wandin, 18-14, 122.